Hi, I'm Dana Opelman. This video is for my free sleep course for babies 7 to 12 months right here on YouTube. If you could use more guidance, then check out Sleep Sense Plus. The link is in the description below. Good morning. I hope you had a good night. I want to talk today a little bit about if you're still experiencing nighttime wake-ups. If you are, again, totally normal, not to worry. They should be fairly brief or few and far between by this point. And I want you to handle them in the same way that you're handling bedtime. So now that we've moved out of the room, we're really doing a leave and check style from this point onwards. So if she's waking in the night, you're waiting 10 minutes, you're going in for a check, key phrase, careful touch, out again until you go back in for another check. If this is happening, there's often a couple of reasons why. One reason is that you're still offering a nighttime feed. That can be very confusing to some babies. And if we're this many nights in and there's still really random wake-ups, if there's any length of crying time more than 10 minutes, then it's probably the feed's fault. And you're going to have to sit down and have a good hard look at, are you ready to pull it? And the good news is that when you do pull it, this shouldn't take much more than 3 or 4 nights to turn around, because now the confusion is gone and the baby knows, okay, I'm not getting that feed anymore. I'm going to use my awesome sleep skills all through the night every time I have a little wake up, and I'll handle it on my own, and that will solve the problem. All right, another potential pitfall down the road here is travel. A lot of people worry so much about going on a trip that they don't take any. I don't want to deprive you of that. I think it's a beautiful experience in childhood to take family vacations. But there are some things you need to do to hang on to these great sleep skills. The biggest mistake people make when they travel is that they overschedule themselves. They have so many plans and places to go and people to see that they just drive this baby into overtiredness. Now, a nap or two that's missed or a slightly later bedtime here and there is not going to be the end of the world. But if this goes on for a few days in a row, your baby's going to become so overtired that she just screams the house down one bedtime. And you wonder, what the heck? Where did that come from? She never does this. Now you're in a hotel or at your mother-in-law's, and now you're super nervous that she's doing all this crying. And you may start to backslide into some of those old props because you don't want to disturb others. So hang on tight to her schedule. I know it makes travel a little bit different, but traveling with children is just different, right? Much different than traveling on your own. So you just have to make some exceptions. And I would way rather take trips with my children, have them be well rested throughout, sleeping well. We're all going to enjoy ourselves a lot more than like running people ragged and paying the price afterwards. Another big mistake people make is that they bed share with their children. Again, I don't understand that, because for me, I think I would never get a wink of sleep if I had to sleep with my children. But people do it. And again, if you're not used to it, if your baby's no longer used to it, nobody's going to be getting good quality sleep. And if your baby used to love that, and you've worked really hard to break that connection, it's only going to take a few nights of being back in your bed, and now you're going to have to start the program all over again when you get home, because she loves it there and she would prefer to stay there now. So it's better to take a pack and play along, or most hotels have a crib that you can rent or borrow, and put baby in that. You're also going to, with this age group, you're going to need to build some sort of partition between you and the baby. And that can be, get creative with the furniture in the room, build a little wall with chairs, put baby in the closet. Bathrooms in hotel rooms tend to be quite large. I have stuck many a pack and play in the bathroom, and that's actually great, because then you can close the door and you can enjoy your evening while baby's going to bed at her appropriate bedtime. For us, when we had more children, we ended up getting little suites. You can often find little one-bedroom suites. We'd stick all our kids in the bedroom, and then we would sleep on the hide-a-bed, but at least then we could enjoy some evening time while our kids stuck to their schedule. If you don't build the partition, what you may find is that your baby will wake up somewhere in the night, because that's normal, see you, and that's not normal, and be so excited that his favorite people are laying right beside him that he now thinks it's playtime for the next 2 hours. They tend to be super adorable, but it is 3 o'clock in the morning, so not that much fun. So trust me on this one, build some sort of wall between the two of you, and that'll help. Also, obviously bring the sleep toy. If he's got a lovey or special blankie that he sleeps with, you're going to want to bring those. And also just remember that you are the parent here. So if family members are giving you pressure or flack because you're sticking to this rigid schedule and they don't understand why, and why can't you come over to Aunt Betty's for dinner at 8 p.m. with the baby, you know what? It doesn't matter what they think. It matters what you're doing. And you know you're making the right choice for your child. You know that sleep for your child is just as important as anything else. No one would ever tell you to not feed your baby so that she could play with Aunt Betty, right? And it's exactly the same importance level to have your baby sleeping well. So you know what? The good news is they're going to see, when they see that your child is happy and developmentally meeting milestones and so much fun to be with when she's awake, and realize that it's because she sleeps well, that they will come around eventually. They will. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.